It's the Cowboys' most scariest time of the year. Cowboys arrested, depression pills ingested, chicken sacrifices requested, and Jerry's birthday is here. It's the most scariest time. Oh, it's the Cowboy fans' most scariest time of the year.
He could be charged along with everybody else that's in the vehicle for the murder. No. He currently works for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Now, allegedly, he was arrested for drunk driving. He was originally drafted by the Cleveland Browns, a journeyman wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys, was here in Miami and arrested for driving. Breaking news on the Dallas Cowboys, and I know that they were like, we got something. There's been an arrest warrant issued for Sam Williams.
Dallas still stinks. You might do weird, kick Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. This is the time of year that Cowboy fans are always the most fearful, because this is when their players usually get arrested. And should they be worried? Because there's a flurry of more suspensions coming down this week. It could be interesting. And we just talked about Devon Allen the other day, but we may have a Devon Allen problem, it turns out now. We're going to get into it in a second, but before we do that, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled, pause, Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I just want to thank you so much for all the support you give to me. It truly means a lot. Now, as always, this time of year is a very scary time for Cowboy fans, because this is usually when their players get arrested. It happens like clockwork almost every year. To be quite honest with you, the fact that we're almost in July and I haven't seen any Cowboys players get arrested yet is actually quite surprising. But then you think about it, and there's still a month left with the 4th of July holiday coming. So just buckle up, buckle in. But it may not just be the Cowboys this year that have players that are going to get in trouble. It looks like the league is getting ready to put out a bunch more suspensions, and these are going to be year suspensions for players across the league. NFL continues to crack down on gambling, more season-long suspensions expected. That's very crazy, right? Reported number of NFL players are expected to receive season-long suspensions for allegedly gambling, per Adam Schefter. Pound Colts cornerback Isaiah Rodgers is among them. Now, you know, the league has their specific rules about gambling and all that, and I don't even know what the specifics are, but I know that you can't gamble NFL, and you can't gamble, make bets on NFL properties. I don't know if you can do other bets with other sports, but you definitely should stay out of the NFL. I don't know how these guys are getting caught. Are the casinos ratting on these guys? Are these guys making accounts and ratting on them? I don't get it. If I was a player and I was going to gamble, I would have a front man. I would have somebody with their name, all their stuff, and I would have them do the bets for me. I wouldn't put anything in my name. But I think the NFL, I think these casinos are ratting these people out. The casinos are stool pigeons. They're stool pigeons ratting these guys out. It has to be what's happening. How could the NFL know all these guys are gambling? It's kind of crazy, right? So, my 3 chins in the back of my head again. I'm always too far back. But, you know, I think that this is something you got to hold your breath for. We don't know who's going to get suspended, where it's going to happen, but all I can tell you is it better not be any Eagle players, because we can't afford to lose any players. I don't think it's going to be the Eagles, but you never know. I don't even think it's going to be the Cowboys. My theory on it is the people that will get suspended, the players will get suspended, come from teams that stink. That they come from teams that stink because those teams, those players get bored during the season. They're not in the playoffs. End of the year, they have nothing to play for. So they start betting here, they start betting there, and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to have to hold our breath. Hopefully no Eagle players get suspended for a year. I mean, if you lost, can you imagine losing like a significant starter for a whole year? I mean, it could blow up your whole entire season. I don't even think any Cowboy fans or Cowboy players will be arrested for it because they were in the playoffs. But you never know. They'll be going to jail this next few weeks for other things. Driving like this. Don't be drinking and driving. That's not good. It's not good. Be like our boy Jason KELCE. Have a designated driver. And when you drink, do it at a charity event. This is a man. This is a man that knows how to drink beer. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Me, I don't know if I could do that anymore. I used to be able to bong beers like boom, 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 boom. And then one time I bonged Newcastle Brown Ale, which is like the beer I hate the most on the planet. I don't know what it is about, like, because I like microbrews, I like dark beers and stuff, but I can't drink Newcastle. For whatever reason, it's disgusting. And I bonged that once and I got sick. Never could do it again. I can't chug beer now because of it. But Jason KELCE can. So Cowboys players, let me tell you something. If you're going to go out, you're going to have fun, have a designated driver. Have an Uber. Call Michael Anthony Where's the Fitness. He's an Uber driver or whatever it is. I don't even know what they call him. I don't do that kind of stuff. I have a car. But what is it called? Uber, whatever? Yeah, Michael Anthony Where's the Fitness. Call him up. He'll be sleeping like this by the phone. And from his nap, he'll wake up. Then he'll go, whoa, it's time for arm exercises. You know, and then let him drive you around. I think because they live in the Washington area, right? It would be hilarious if Michael Anthony Where's the Fitness, if he had to drive all the Washington players around. Like, they only called Michael Anthony Where's the Fitness to drive the Washington Commander players around. That would be hilarious. Just call Michael Anthony Where's the Fitness if you need Uber. But they won't. They'll be arrested. Just give it a few weeks. You know, now, I don't know what's going to happen with this gambling thing, but hopefully it's not going to be any Eagles involved. I just really hope not. Now, we've got a situation that I want to talk about, okay? Because I just spent a few days ago talking about Devon Allen, trying to vouch for him to have the opportunity to do punt returns. Now, I'm not saying he could do it. I don't know that he can or if he can't. But I'm saying if the guy's on the roster and it's preseason, you want to give him a chance, right? You would think. But it turns out he may not be on the roster. Devon Allen has a huge decision to make. Eagles wide receiver Devon Allen has a decision to make: track or football. The Philadelphia Eagles receiver and track and field standout Devon Allen, who spent last year on the practice squad, may soon have to decide between both sports. Okay? So, Devon Allen is going to have to choose between football, or he's going to have to choose between the World Athletic Championships in Budapest, Hungary. Okay, it's kind of crazy. But what's happening is there's an event, and it's going to be held from August 19th to the 27th. The time frame, of course, is exactly when the dog days of Eagles training camp will be underway. The Eagles have their final 2 preseason games on August 17th and 24th against the Browns and the Colts. It's probably not likely that Allen could practice with the Eagles until the middle of August and then fly to the site of the World Athletic Championship in Budapest, Hungary. Okay, Allen said this: yeah, I still don't have a plan for what I'm going to do with the Worlds being, during training camp. Allen told KPIC4 in a recent interview with his hometown television station in Oregon. Obviously, it'd be nice to compete at the Worlds, and it also would be nice to be at training camp so I can make the 53-man roster. So obviously it's going to be a little bit of a decision, but I'm not going to worry about it until I make the World Championship team. USA is competitive meet. We'll just focus on what we're doing first. Now, Allen, if he wants to get into these World Championship events, he's going to have to qualify, okay? Allen's next race will take place at the USATF Outdoor Championship, scheduled for July 6th through the 9th at the University of Oregon, his alma mater. If he finishes in the top 3, he then would qualify for the World Athletic Championship, forcing him and the Eagles to make a decision about his football future. The dude may not even play. If he finishes top 3, he's going to make the World Championships. I have to assume he's probably going to want to go to that. And the Eagles, why why even keep him on the practice squad? Why even keep him on the roster and let him take up a roster space if he's not even going to be there? You know, this is what I'm saying, and this is what I was saying the other day. If the guy's fast, we know that he's got speed. Put him out there. Let's see what he can do instead of wasting a roster spot. Now it turns out we may not even get the chance because he may not even show up for preseason. So it looks like, I mean, I don't know what he's going to do. It doesn't even sound like he knows what he's going to do. But to me, I still think the Eagles need a punt returner. They need a punt. And I'm not saying he's the guy, you know, and maybe Britton Covey will be. You know, we'll give him a chance too. But Devon Allen, it doesn't even sound like if he finishes top 3, it doesn't even sound like he's going to be at training camp. So we'll see what he finishes at the thing, but it's going to be interesting. And I saw that, you know, for a second I was like, you know, I was reading some articles and they were talking about how the Cowboys may be interested in trading for Cordell Patterson. I'm like, oh man, that would be a great guy to get for the Eagles. Let's go out and get him. But then, you know, you realize he doesn't do punt returns. He doesn't do punt returns. He does kick returns. Kick returns are pointless now. There's no point of kick returns anymore. So who cares? Who cares about that? So to me, one of the biggest weaknesses on the Philadelphia Eagles at this point in time is still the return game. The punt return game needs to be addressed. Unless you think Britton Covey could be the guy, and maybe he can. I mean, maybe he can. I don't know, but I would like to see competition. I think we've got 3 or 4 roster spots still open, and then the Devon Allen spot could be open too. Because if he makes the championships, there is no way he's going to skip on those to go to the NFL training camp. There's no way he's going to go do that. The Eagles aren't going to have him or wait for him, I don't think. So you're going to have to get somebody else in there to fill his roster spot. Who will it be? I have no idea. For whatever reason right now, we talk about how great he's doing. We're thinking, okay, maybe this guy's going to come in his speed. Maybe they give him a chance and we'll see what he can do. And then boom, he may not even be playing for the Eagles after all. We may need to go out and sign somebody else. Who we're going to sign? That's a great question. Everybody seems to think it's going to be a receiver next instead of other positions, but we'll get to that in another video. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. My new song, by the way, is coming to iTunes very, very soon. We still got to shoot the music video, but we got to see if Mark Holmes wants in. Pinky up when you drink. I show you have class, like the old Italian gangsters. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. These casinos, they're ratting out these football players. They're stool pigeons, I tell you. Stool pigeons. There's a Washington out.
Oh, God. No. I want to be like the Eagles.